Sean Spicer is Communications Director for the Republican National Committee and joins us live. Sean, good to see you again. It's not just, the inconvenient truth, which many have described as this sort of pro or anti-environmental screed, but she also directed this very flattering piece on Jimmy Carter, man from Plains. So how do you view this selection for the Hillary film?
Right. Well, we were told, as you recall, by CNN to wait and see how the movie went. And as I mentioned to you earlier last week, we've kind of seen this movie before, if you will. Conservatives never seem to come out doing well, and liberals always seem to. Frankly, this announcement and more details as they come forward is putting the P in puff piece. We know how this is going to go. This is not the inconvenient truth that CNN would like to now deny. This is going to be a completely flattering puff piece for Hillary Clinton to prop her up, to help tell the Hillary story. And frankly, as much as it's something that we don't like, I think the most offensive part of this are the other Democratic candidates that want to run in 2016 who are going to get put at a disadvantage because there's this free airtime that Senator Clinton would get.
I suppose to some extent the RNC could put together their own documentaries and try to air them on other networks. Have you given some consideration to that?
No. Frankly, because part of what these elections are supposed to be about is the people, the grassroots going out there, hearing from the candidates, meeting with them one-on-one, reading about them on their websites, and then making the decision who they want to support in the respective primaries or caucuses. The idea of Washington or a party helping to determine who the nominee should be is not the way that we should pick our leaders and our presidents. So this is not something that we think is healthy for democracy as a whole. The candidates should decide their strategies, the videos, and the way they want to present themselves to the voters and the grassroots, and let those people decide who the nominees are, not get involved in the process, per se.
Yeah. At times, do you feel as though, well, wait a minute, maybe it'll turn out to be a critical piece on Hillary Clinton. We should wait and at least get a sense of the script and the direction of it?
No, Greg, I think the point in this is that someone is getting an advantage that other candidates aren't getting. And that's the point. It's not let's wait and let's see. Again, it's not just about Hillary. She's not the only one on the Democratic side. And frankly, it's not about picking winners and losers on the Republican side. Every candidate should have an equal access to airtime and opportunity to go out there and tell their story. And like I said, I mean, piece after piece that's coming out about this documentary, the odds of it being anything but a massive puff piece that helps tell the Hillary Clinton story, the challenges and tribulations that she has faced and overcome, is somewhere between 0 and 0.1, because that's just the reality of everything that we've seen so far.
Look,
and instead of waiting and seeing, I think we're taking the preemptive action, and what we've done is the first step. This is literally just the first step in the Republican Party reclaiming its proper role in the debate process, so that it's not just about this. It's about the moderators, the venues,
and you and I have talked about this before, but I'll put it to you again. I wonder if you're being myopic here, because there are independents who religiously watch CNN, as well as NBC, which has its own mini-series with Diane Lane coming up portraying Hillary Clinton. And by barring GOP debates on those two networks, aren't you not reaching out beyond your base to independents and, yes, some Democrats that you need to attract?
Sure. Well, there's a couple pieces of this, Greg. One, we're talking about the primary process here, how the primary voters in our party are going to choose their nominee. Then a lot of what you're talking about is the general election. But we're not saying don't go on CNN, don't go on NBC, on MSNBC. We're saying as a party, we cannot let moderators and networks that are tipping the scales against us do this. For example, allowing a self-avowed Democrat like Chris Matthews moderate 2 Republican debates as he did in 2008 is akin to letting Anthony Weiner run our Twitter feeds. It would be political malpractice. The party has a role to play in ensuring that the grassroots of our party have the opportunity to meet, see, and view the candidates that are looking for their vote. When we get to the general election, there's plenty of opportunity. And frankly, as I mentioned to you last week, the idea that CNN and MSNBC are the be-all and end-all of an opportunity to reach those demographics is ridiculous. There's plenty of talk show, conservative radio, internet, you name it, of ways to reach all of those voters.
All right. Sean Spicer, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Greg.
Very interesting. So on that note, you want to make sure